What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. What's up, Porsche? Y'all come on in. What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Give me one more minute, y'all. We'll get started. All right, how about we begin? So the title of this lecture is called Annunaki Genetics. So let's discuss the secrets of our advanced genomes. So let's get it. Now, what is a genome? Okay, let's start with the basics. What is a genome? It is an organism's complete set of genetic instructions, like y'all heard me say before. Also, each genome contains a lot of the information needed to build their organisms. Their organisms are pretty much system, right? Program, right? Operating system to allow it to grow and develop, right? Now, who are the Annunaki? Of course, a lot of people ask that question all the time. They are an interdimensional group of beings who are an advanced civilization of scientists, technicians, engineers, mathematicians, sorcerers, architects, artists, etc. that operate on a multi-dimensional frequency. You see what I'm saying? Multi-dimensional frequency. So let's get into it here. Let's get into it. Got a little video for that part. Then we're going to get into the good stuff.
who called themselves Sakyat, meaning the black-headed people. According to Sumerian traditions derived from the Assyrian tablets, the first humans were known as the Blackheads. Compare this to the fact that the ancient Egyptians called their land Kemet, meaning land of the blacks. Then we can see that black people were the founders of two of the world's most ancient civilizations. The black people of ancient Egypt influenced the black people of ancient Mesopotamia. The black people of ancient Egypt lived along the banks of two rivers, the Blue Nile and the White Nile. And the black people of ancient Mesopotamia lived along the banks of two rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates. While the blacks in ancient Egypt built pyramids, the blacks in Mesopotamia built step pyramids called ziggurats. The Namu, primordial waters in Sumerian culture, is equivalent with the Namo, of the Dogon in Africa, and the Nun, primordial waters of ancient Egypt. The fight between two brothers, Enlil and Enki, in ancient Mesopotamia, is equivalent to Osiris versus Set, in ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptian winged sun disk, symbolic of Heru, is equivalent to the ancient Mesopotamian deity Ashur. The god Ashur in Assyria was called Anshar, in Sumeria, the father of Anu. Over time, Ashur became known as Ahura-Mazda, also known as Pharaoh, the highest god in the religion of Zoroastrianism. Of course you can hear the phonetic influence of the name of the ancient Egyptian god, Heru, in the name of Ahura-Mazda. Zoroastrianism is one of the world's oldest religions, combining cosmogonic dualism and eschatological monotheism. The prophet of Zoroastrianism was named Zoroaster, or Zarathustra, and he proclaimed that there is only one God, Ahura-Mazda, the singularly creative and sustaining force of the universe, and that human beings are given a right of choice. Because of cause and effect, humans are responsible for the consequences of their choices. The contesting force to Ahura-Mazda was called Angra-Mainyu, or angry spirit, the earliest concept of the devil as we know it today. The principles of Zoroastrianism have influenced other religious systems, including Judaism, Gnosticism, Christianity, and Islam. It is said that the three wise men who came to visit the Christ child were Zoroastrian priests. Zoroastrians usually pray in a fire temple, in the presence of some form of fire. Zoroastrians believe that fire is the medium through which spiritual insight and wisdom is gained, and water is considered the source of that wisdom. Zoroastrians are required to cremate their dead by fire. Abu Lahab, the father of flames in the Islamic Quran, is also believed to have been a Zoroastrian priest. The fire is symbolic of the sun, which is also represented by the winged sun disk, which has been a sacred symbol to black people, the sun people, since antiquity. Thus, the ancient Hebrews were black, and the ancient Arabs were black, the Asiatic black men, Sakyat, the blackheads.
There you go. The Annunaki energy. So, let's ask ourselves, what are Anunnaki genetics then? Now we understand who the Anunnaki are, what are Anunnaki genetics? And the answer is they are the advanced cosmic genome that was imprinted and installed into our earthly genetic makeup to make us wiser, stronger, faster, and more adept at accessing our melanin. Right? You had a story of the Anunnaki, Ninti, and Enki creating. Well, the earthly body was already created. What they did was came and upgraded it to its highest heights, transmuted from Homo erectus to Homo sapien, right? So then we was able to do amazing things. We never came from monkeys in the first place. Well, that's not a true statement. how we came from monkeys, and they said the reptile is the oldest animal on the planet. So, yeah, that automatically kills that automatically. So if the reptile is the oldest energy on the planet, then hell, we didn't come from monkeys. The monkey energy, that's Sun Wukong energy. That's Sun Wukong energy. So yeah. No, we've always been here. We advanced ourselves. We incarnated here ourselves to do a work, do a job. You see what I'm saying? To level up, and have this material, this matter-based experience. And so once we got down here, we seen that the experience was alright, and we was ready to go. We was eager to get back to the other realms. So we began our enlightenment teachings. Our ascension teachings, and we would ascend up out of here, or we would stay till it was time for us to move on to the other realm. But we had our abilities, skills, and techniques, psychic abilities, super abilities, whatever. Right? So now, with that being said, you now, due to the Anunnaki, due to the genetic upgrades, something called ANA, which is Anunnaki Nucleic Alkali, right? Anunnaki Nucleic Alkali, which are our supernatural Anunnaki codes that reside within us. See, when they talk about the genome, I used to research the genome back in the day, and they used to have like 10 different forms of DNA, RNA, and various other NAs, right? So I was like, and they were just synthetic. So I was like, where they getting the idea for all these other synthetic, these other synthetic nucleic acids? Unless, and then it dawned on me about 5 or 6 years ago. It dawned on me. It was like, you know what? Maybe what's really going on here is we already have multiple nucleic acids and nucleic alkali inside of us, but they only telling us about 2. And that's when it hit me. Because how are they able to create so many different forms of nucleic acids? Because there was a lot of them at the time with the information that I was reading. So how are they able to create so many different forms of synthetic nucleic acid? If they basing it all off us, that means we have multiple forms of nucleic acids and alkali. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. So yes, you have a thing called ANA, Anunnaki genetics inside of you, Anunnaki codes, Anunnaki genome inside of you that allows you to connect into their bloodline. You have multiple other ones as well, for whatever other group you connected to also. But you definitely got Anunnaki genetics inside of you, right? So now, this is true Anunnaki ancestry and even prosperity, and even procestry, my bad, is both past and future, are clearly installed inside of our DEA, DNA, and RNA. So yes, you already have this inside of you, this library, it shows this library of genetic information shows your, of course, ancestry, you now, and even your procestry, the possibilities of your descendants in the future if you choose to have children from you. You see what I'm saying? But even if you don't have children, your cousins and everybody will have children. So the bloodline will continue whether you like it or not. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So now, what's Anunnaki ancestry? So let's check it out. There's an old video I showed y'all about a year ago, actually. Damn, it's been a year already. Damn. So let's check it out. But it's real relevant for this particular lecture, so let's get it. Anunnaki ancestry, trace your
Founded 76 trillion years ago by our top Annunaki geneticists. Annunaki ancestry is the universe leader in tracing the maternal and paternal haplogroup lineages of Annunaki descendants. We have helped countless beings throughout the universe discover the extraterrestrial roots of their family tree. Most genetic testing companies can only tell you what continent or country on Earth you originated from. But Annunaki ancestry can identify exactly which Anunnaki you descended from, and we can also identify all of your extraterrestrial admixture.
with the universe's largest and most comprehensive proprietary database of extraterrestrial DNA. Annunaki ancestry is able to determine the specific extraterrestrials who contributed to your origin with an unrivaled level of detail, accuracy, and confidence. Millions of years ago, the evolutionary process on your planet was sped up by extraterrestrial beings called the Annunaki from the planet Nibiru. We Annunaki mix in our own extraterrestrial DNA with the DNA of the primitive genus Homo on your planet to upgrade your species to become Homo sapiens. Your Earth scientists believe that your evolution was due to a set of random events, but we Annunaki scientists know that your development was due to our intelligent design. Since that point in time, over the years, a variety of many different extraterrestrial beings, including reptilians, greys, shaggies, zeros, and deros, just to name a few, have mixed into the genome of human beings through directed panspermia. Geneticists on your planet call this extraterrestrial DNA by the name junk DNA because they cannot identify it. Scientists on your planet know that 145 genes in the human DNA sequence do not come from the common deep ancestor explanation offered by the theory of evolution. They also know that Annunaki genes have been discovered in the Aboriginal people from Melanesia and Papua New Guinea. The four primary nucleobases of DNA are adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine, represented by the letters AGCT, respectively. These four primary
My bad, y'all. All of a sudden, they won't talk to me about a post. Damn, that was well timed, I see. What was we? I'm just gonna brighten it up a little bit too. Y'all can see Nurgle.
Theory of evolution. They also know that Annunaki genes have been discovered in the Aboriginal people from Melanesia and Papua New Guinea. The four primary nucleobases of DNA are adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine, represented by the letters AGCT, respectively. These four primary nucleobases are symbolized by the four winds that accompanied the planet ship Nibiru when we traveled here to Earth. The word Nibiru means crossing and represents the crossing twisted double helix strands of your DNA. DNA looks like a twisted ladder, and in fact, DNA is actually represented as Jacob's ladder, the connection between the earth and heaven in the Bible, which leads you back to your extraterrestrial ancestors. With our advanced technology here at Annunaki Ancestry, we specialize in identifying the extraterrestrial origin of all star seeds. Annunaki Ancestry is committed to the starseed community by continuously working to improve the cultural, emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being of starseeds across the universe. Annunaki Ancestry has pioneered the way of tracing Annunaki lineages using genetics for people of Annunaki descent, looking to more accurately and reliably trace their roots. We travel the cosmos, helping starseeds demystify where they're from, and informing them on their identities and abilities, so that they may better understand who they are. If you are interested in discovering your Annunaki or extraterrestrial ancestry, then simply swap the inside of your cheek using a swab, and return your DNA sample to Annunaki Ancestry. Once we receive your DNA sample, our laboratory extracts your DNA's genetic sequence. Then, our scientists compare your sequence to the largest database of extraterrestrial genetic sequences in existence. After you submit your DNA sample, you'll receive your results package with your certificate of Annunaki Ancestry, and from there, your journey into self-discovery truly begins.
So there y'all go. As Cuz said, they have discovered Anunnaki genetics within people around the world, tribal people around the world. I mean, need we say more? That's why I wanted to bring that video back. It was very relevant for this particular election. Oops. get to that one. Let's see.
Producer.
Yeah. So they just clearly told you that Anunnaki genetics actually exist. They have already discovered those genetics inside of you. He said it himself. Scientists never gonna tell y'all that Anunnaki genetics exist inside of you. They never going to tell you that. So the ANA is real. The Anunnaki nucleic alkali. They call it junk DNA. They call it whatever they want to call it. But the fact that they proved it and didn't tell nobody lets you know how they feel about you and other people around the world. You see what I'm saying? And why? And it also lets you know why they launched this campaign to create these false myths, these fake or false myths regarding the Sumerian pantheon, because they have already proven that the genome, Anunnaki genome, exists. You see what I'm saying? You know, everybody else may be a myth, but we know these motherfuckers are real. We found that in their DNA. We found that in their genetics. So it ain't shit we can say. The only thing we can do is hide it for as long as we can. What's up, Charisma? What's up, Brandon? So the only thing we can do is hide it for as long as we can. So next, what is the Barthari gland? You know, you heard the Nubians talk about that. Along with ANA, you also receive their Barthari gland. It was originally in the hippocampus area, but was moved to the lower submental area below the chin. This was done to counterbalance the pineal gland, as above, so below. So it's like right up in this area here. So yeah, if you never heard of it, it's up in this area here. So yeah, if you rub that area, you'll feel like a little something activate there. You know, not just an energetic point, but an actual physical point. That's your Barthari gland. So, what you said, boss? You tired of them lying to you? I feel you. Oh, Dave lied. They got a stack of lies. Like, they can go to jail if we had to put them in jail or attack on the year for them being in jail for the lies they told. They have probably 2,000 years around here, 3,000 years. So yeah, what's up, Drina? So yeah, so now let's continue here. The word bara comes from the Hebrew, meaning creation or beginning. That's what the origin of the word comes from. Another name for the Barthari gland is Bara the Jedi, which means creation of the high balanced ones. Because remember, Jed means what? Balance, stability, ascension. Well, you see what I'm saying? So of course, Barthari gland actually means creation of the high balanced ones or the high balanced gland. You see what I'm saying? So now, what is the function of the Barthari gland? And the answer is it allows you to tap into your higher senses, which be it telepathy, clairvoyance, intuition, psychometry. You know, telepathy is your ability to do what? Communicate mentally with other people. Clairvoyance is your ability to see through time and space, mainly the future especially. Intuition is your ability to generate internal wisdom from yourself in forms of pictures, impressions, good instincts, and ideas, right? Psychometry is the ability to take an object, like this water bottle, and read the energy field of the object so you can see the story of the object, like what it's been through in his life. That's what psychometry do, you know, object reading. So then finally you have Anunnaki communication. The Barthari gland gives you the ability to communicate with the Anunnaki or your Anunnaki family directly. You see what I'm saying? So those are the 5 major abilities of the Barthari gland. Gives you telepathy, clairvoyance, intuition, psychometry, and it allows you to communicate directly with your Anunnaki family. That's why a lot of y'all can communicate with the Nibirians. See what I'm saying? You just ain't communicating up here, you're communicating down here. You got 2 receivers. A South Pole, Barthari, and a North Pole, pineal. And so the pineal is the satellite. The Barthari gland is the transmitter and receiver of their information. And these 2 glands, because you got 3 magi mainly in your mind, which is the pineal, pituitary, and hypothalamus, right? Well, then you got the Barthari gland, which is the 4th magi that nobody talk about. The fourth and hidden magi nobody talk about. I count the hippocampus as one too, because that's your ability. That gland there helps you imagine. So it's really 5 magi in all. So pineal, pituitary, hypothalamus, hippocampus, and the barotherium. So those are your 5 glands, for real, because the hippocampus allow you to imagine and bring your imagination to life. Use that gland to bring your imagination to life. That it uses the DMT to give the visions that you see realism. You see what I'm saying? The chemicals in it that it secretes gives your vision a sense of realism and allows you to experience other worlds as if you were in them, like you are right now. That's what the hippocampus do. So in my eyes, that's actually a magi. You see what I'm saying? So you have 5 magi. One more time: pineal, pituitary, hypothalamus, hippocampus, and finally the barotherium. So these are the 5 glands. So now what is it about now? So now we understand all the basis of what's going on around here. We understand some of the gifts the Annunaki bestowed upon you. So now, why did they do it? What did they see? What did they foresee for you to where they felt you need? They felt like you were worthy of these gifts. They perceived that these Homo sapiens will upgrade one day and become what we call today Homo luminous. Now, what is Homo luminous? Homo luminous is the next stage of metagenetic evolution and spiritual evolution for us earthly Homo sapiens. Now, I've talked about the Homo luminous on multiple occasions. Once again, very relevant for this lecture. So let's get some pictures here. What does Homo luminous look like? Yeah, it looks like this. A golden light being. Conscious being of light, same shit. Conscious being of light. That's what they have on there. Homo luminous, the body of light, the quantum soul body, however you like to say it, the etheric body, whatever their favorite word for. But this light body, this light body, soul body, quantum soul body, is what you're actually going to transmute into. As it comes online more and more, and begins to alter this alter the corporal matter on you right now, which is this here. You see what I'm saying? Which is this here. So this you got going on here. Let's see. Of course, this is the process of you awakening your chakras, doing the internal work until you become a full-fledged light being. You see what I'm saying? Even with the Kundalini awakening. So yeah. So next, let's see here. This is you in your in a state of meditation, putting in the work. Putting in the work. So that's what Homo luminous is about. That's what Homo luminous is about. So now let us continue here. It is when we go within and activate our chakra system to become something more than just base humans. We become advanced super earthlings with psychic gifts that allow us to better communicate with the omniversal realities and even ourselves. You see what I'm saying? And the earth and the animals and plants and everything else. We become one with it all. You become one entity, one being. This genetic evolution. You see what I'm saying? So you know, another thing we was dealing with last year was the Kobe energy, the Black Mamba energy, right? So check out this. I got another video for y'all. It's called Genetic 824. So check this out. Producers. They get it.
The great assassin, Abracadabra. I create through sound, eternal fire, God on high. I can be all I wish to be all, as long as my wish is to stay in the all. Wednesday, August 23rd, 1978. This is the day I came through the residue of the Lion's Gate. Infused with the DNA of previous gods, I was chosen by destiny and by purpose. To you, I'm just a man of faults and shortcomings that happened to win 5 championships. But to the universe, I am a great servant of the sky. The rising chakras of the Urias. You still disbelieve with emotional hate? Well, let me show and prove. When I began my professional rise, the number 8 chose me. All the dominant attributes of the number 8 I possessed. It's the number of infinity and the complete number of immortality. It's the shape of the serpent traveling through the zodiacs. In the chromatic tree of life, 8 is the element of ego. It is also the number of Set and Saturn. With this number, I set all things in balance with my youthful chaos. I was unstoppable, whether in air or on the ground. My last game was epic, simply because it vibrated on the numbers 8 and 13. April 13th, 2016, equals 8, in a single number. And, Wednesday, the day of the week that is ruled by Wea, i.e. change in process, has the primary vibration of 5. 8 plus 5 equals 13. Remember, I was born in the 8th month. The of the Jaw, in Jaw-sun. July, August, September, October, and November. Yes, I was equivalent to Jason, on Friday the 13th. But, he was a serial killer, and I am a serial assassin. On the frequency of 24, I was wiser and much deadlier. My clutch performances became legendary. My previous cosmic chaos became more orderly. In the chromatic tree of life, I embraced the elements of Shu, which is air, the number 2, and Geb, which is earth, the number 4. 24 also aligned me with the number 6. The eternal soul, also known as Asar, on the chromatic tree. At this stage, I sat with the eternal elders. They are the 24 receptors of an illuminated pineal gland. This came about with the release and the rise of the Black Mamba. This is where 8 became the Trinity. 8 times 3 equals 24. Where I went from being the old sun, Saturn resonates with the number 8, to being the father, Jupiter or Shango. The god of thunder and lightning, with benefits of prosperity and aligning with the elders. Jupiter's symbol is the joined number 24. Again, with the 6, opens the 6th chakra or the third eye. The third eye has its strongest vibration at the E sound or frequency. At 24, the chant of MVP and Kobe, Kobe, Kobe became abundant. Whether with encouragement or with hate, the E sounds of them both fueled my will and elevated my basketball consciousness, my basketball IQ. Being that achievers of legendary greatness come through cosmic alignment of the center pillar, or as many call it, self-centered, my ego was gargantuan. Though classified as a Virgo, I'm a borderline Leo. A fire sign that is dominated by the self, or the ego, or the I. Opening my crown chakra was the apex. The crown chakra activates with the sound of I. With ease, my vision and performance manifested as at different levels. Thus, the wearing of 33 in high school illustrates that my initiation came at an early age. It simply needed growth. In came the Zen Master. Many forget that the Zen Master coached me on how to quiet the mind in the midst of chaos. To free the mind and obtain a higher divinity, I had to release any fear, doubt, and disbelief. This put me in a great state of wisdom, where I was elevated to the level of Grand Master. The master of the reptilian brain. Where I became a player and a coach. Where I played more against history than my competition. The heart of the team. The life breath of success. The temperature gauge for greatness. My game became cerebral. As an assassin, my killer instinct redefined the quantum physics of a god. In Western astrology, I am on the end line of Leo, and the beginning line of Virgo. Thus, my DNA's strength lies in the I will, more so than they, I analyze. I am a cat head. I'm flanked with what I feel on the right, and an analytical mind on the left. As a cat head, my characteristics align more with the tiger than the lion. In most Eastern cultures, from which my name comes from, with the root of it being Swahili, the tiger is the king of the animals. The values of tigers is that we spend a lot of time alone, to gather new energy, create
While also possessing lion characteristics, I resided with Sekhmet. She is known as a great protective warrior that could both heal and kill. A fiery warrior that's a solar deity that brings order, balance, and enhances spiritual connections. Colors are red, purple, and gold. In the movie Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, this is the energy that Koba represented. Instantly, you should see that there is no coincidence in why that character was named Koba, and me being Kobe. Kobe also relates to the ancient Kemetic term of Kaba, or the Ka and the Ba. Born of the 23rd day, the number 23 was my given life path. It invokes the attributes of 5, the number of power, and the cipher of Nut, the cosmos. Manifested through my 5 championships, scored over 50 points in 26 games, and my favorite hero, or number 23. Try me on these levels. 2 of the great LA basketball players, Magic Johnson and myself, both won 5 championships, and both had losses in the finals to common opponents, Detroit and Boston. Not to mention that my final game was played on a Ryzen day that fell on a Wednesday. This gave me power and dominion over others. Again, 13 minus 5 equals 8, the number of infinite domain. Remember, I didn't choose the numbers chose me.
So there y'all go. Genetics 824, or the genetics of the Black Mamba. So let us continue here. Let us continue. Alright, so now, what are solar genetics? They are the advanced solar particles, mass cells as they also call, or master cells as they also call. They work with melanocytes, melanin cells, in the process of absorbing solar radiation from the sun and transmuting it into what? Color radiation. Right? Color radiation. So this is what your solar genetics is. This is what make you children of the sun, children of the source. Because you can harness the soul of the universe into your body and transmute it into various rainbow colors, which is why your chakra system is different colors. You can say from red to what? Violet. So this is what you got going on. So what do we call this process inside of us? That allows us to transmute solar radiation into color radiation. We call it melanogenesis. You see, it's in melanogenesis, also known as human biofluorescence. Also is what I also call it. So this melanogenesis process, this dark matter process, this dark energy process inside of you is steadily generating solar light from all around it and transmuting it into rainbow frequencies. You see what I'm saying? Rainbow frequencies, rainbow sounds and effects as well. Because remember, color has sound also. So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on with these solar genetics. Why these solar genetics do this? They do this because melanin is always in the business of taking light, pushing it through the dark womb, which is where our mind begins, and transmuting it into something new. What's up, GG? Transmuting it into something new. New forms of color, new forms of frequencies, new forms of vibration. That's why when you unlock some inside of you, you feel new tones awaken inside of you, new music, new sound. You see what I'm saying? Nothing like a new sound, the birth of a new song. You see what I'm saying? You know what is song? Song is soul music. You know, that came from within you. That's why they don't want rappers and everybody producing their own songs. No, they want a ghostwrite for them because they know where the songs come from. Where do songs come from? Even if it's just low vibrational, it's coming from the soul. And even in the soul, is only going to let it be but so low vibrational, or let them produce so many low vibrational songs. It's going to produce many a symphony of different types of songs. So some of them may be story based, some of them may be conscious, some of them may be a party rap song, some of them may be horrorcore. You know, some of it all depends on what comes out of the mind of the soul, that comes out of the mind of the person and the soul of the person. You see what I'm saying? So this is what they don't want you to tap into. They don't want you to tap into that inner dark maw, that dark consciousness. So let's get into this. Let's hit it. Dark maw, the science
producers
of dark matter, consciousness. Let's get it then. Can y'all see that? Still dark. There we go. Let's try this again.
tell you is you have a level now that you got to make the decision. You have the goddamn crossroads. And the crossroads is like, are you ready to go to the next level? Because guess what? I can't take you to the next level. You got to make that decision. Remember, in the Matrix, when they was in the dojo, and they was fighting, and the guy said, your problem is not in your technique. Why didn't you beat me? Why did I beat you? The problem is in here. So now, you see what I'm saying? You can't be no New Orleans. You can't be no Nation of Islam. You can't be none of that stuff. You got to be straight up chaos. Because you can't name it a name. When you name it a name, it dies. Melanin inside of you, every time the white boy extracts it, it dies. Melanin never stops moving. The first rule of chaos is change is supreme. And if you're not willing to change, then you die. You see what I'm saying? Or you just stay at the same level. If you want to go to the next level, you just stay at the next level. Because change is supreme. And I'm going to tell you, at this particular time, you can't let nothing define you. You see what I'm saying? You can't let nothing define you. What's that?
My God, sir, wait, I'm tired.
Anakin, drop! Go! Tell them to take off! My guy's in trouble. Take off. Over there, fly low. At the end of the year 2020, to coincide with
So yeah, there you go. There you go. Melanogenesis, dark energy, melanin. Using the power of your dark energy to absorb all the soul energy around you and produce it and transmute it into new frequencies. Color radiation, color power, like Phil said. The homies and homex could literally used to absorb so much dark energy, so much dark consciousness that when they go outside and transmute that dark consciousness, they would glow blue, they would glow red, they would glow yellow. And over here we glow gold. See what I'm saying? That's why they called us. That's why it was called El Dorado. You know, children of the golden ones. You know, the golden children. So that was our colors over here. That's why you love gold to this day. Because that was when we went outside and we absorbed the sun, we glowed gold. You see what I'm saying? And that melanogenesis process produced that color radiation inside us. The predominant color it will produce is that liquid gold, which will emanate from us, the glow, like Bruce Leroy. You see what I'm saying? So now, let us continue here. Annunaki protect us. As you well know, these archons have been fucking with our timeline, working to degenerate us because they could not defeat us in the future, which is the original Great Infinity War, or the first war in heaven, as they call it in the Bible. So, us Time Lords / Annunaki protectors came back to incarnate down here to alter our own timeline. This has caused a giant space time reaction, which has reverberated through the cosmos and timelines. Temporal warfare. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're waging against these two, between us and them. We are no longer the same beings we are in the future that we came from, because we have changed so much. In fact, we are better. Ilium, or what New Orleans call Ilium, which is the futuristic Earth solar system, is no longer a 3-star solar system. At this current time, we have at least 9 suns in the sky. 9 suns in the sky. So let's talk about these 9 suns. Got a little intel on them. Run over here real quick and get them. Alright, and I'll show you a picture of each one. These are the 10 sons of God, updated with my homegirl Rain Bay L's research. Raton, which is the yellow sun, the electric sun. It looks like this. This the one y'all most familiar with. Next is Nibiru, the red sun, the magnetic sun. It's the second most popular sun that y'all know. Next is Nemesis, the white sun or the crystal sun. So now we've covered Raton. Well, the yellow sun is electric, and the Nibiru, the red sun, is magnetic. So Nemesis, the white sun, is the crystal sun. And it looks like this. Yes, all these suns have been captured around the world at this point. Next, which is also another popular sun, is the black sun, Septerium. Septerium, the black sun, which is the melanin sun. It emits dark energy. You see what I'm saying? Dark energy. So, it looks like this. Hold on, it's a little bright. Y'all can't even see the actual dark black sun in the picture. There we go. So yes, all these suns have already been caught on camera. So you don't have a 3-sun solar system anymore. You got a 9-sun solar system. The 10th sun is Earth. I'll tell y'all that now. So next, you have Helios Prime, also known as Saru, the blue sun. This is your magical sun. It looks like this. Let's see. Next, you have A2, which is the purple sun. This is your healing sun. And it looks like this. Next is Acetune, or Isotune, which is the orange sun. This is your creative sun. So it bestows the creative powers, where you get the creative frequencies. Your melanin absorbs the creative frequencies from these suns. So your melanin absorbs multiple forms of solar radiation from the different suns. That's why you such a multi-genius now, because your melanin is pulling from all the solar radiation of these suns, not just Raton and not just Nibiru. Those are just 2 of your suns, and not just Septerium, which is the black sun. Those are just 3. You have 9 that you're pulling from now. Well, you have 10 if you count Earth. We're gonna talk about Earth in a second. So let's see. I just did the purple sun. So let's continue. orange sun. Just did the orange sun. Did I show y'all a picture of that? Here go Isotune. Here go the Pisty, which is the green sun. That's your socket sun. So you get socket energies from the green sun. The mind-blowing things, they've already been caught on camera. This is my homegirl. She put her knowledge out here. She been tracking this for years now. And so she got many pictures with all the suns. So yeah. Next, you got Uri, which is the ultraviolet sun. That's your quantum sun. That's where you get all the quantum, your quantum intel. That's what supercharges your quantum body, your quantum atomic body. And so, here we go. And finally, you have Earth. Earth, the blue-green sun, which is the feeling sun. That's where you get your feeling, your emotional energy, your empathic energies from. Of course, here she go. And now you tap into the inner sun within her. In a black, dark, green, black sun inside of her, and you get your intelligence from her up to your feet. You get uploads from her, whereas you get your melanin pull from the feet upward from her, whereas you get the intelligence from all other sun all around you. So yeah. So let's continue here. Let's continue. Now, as you will, like I said, yeah. As you well know, these archons have been fucking with our timeline, working to degenerate us, because they could not defeat us in the future, which is the original Great Infinite War. So as Time Lords hatched a plan to slash Annunaki protectors, hatched a plan to come back to this time, to incarnate down here, to alter our own timelines. So you are in control of your own timeline, whether you want to see happiness, joy, spiritual ascension, or whatever, soul ascension, or whatever. You are in control. You are in control of your own natural sovereign being of your own timeline and what you produce on your timeline, or your book of life, as they call it. So this has caused a giant space-time reaction, which has reverberated through the cosmos and timeline. We are no longer the same beings. We are in the future because we have, we are no longer the same beings we are in the future because we have changed so much. In fact, we are better. Units, the futuristic Earth solar system, is no longer a 3-sun solar system, as at this current time we have at least 9 suns in the sky, and we standing on 1, so that make 10 in all. You see what I'm saying? So now, our future selves are going to be completely different from our old selves, or our old futuristic selves. Now, they will be something new, something never seen before. And this is what the great alchemy, or the great work, the magnum opus, has been. This is why we took the time out to come back here. Simultaneously whooping these archons' ass in a temporal war / interdimensional war, while at the same time upgrading ourselves and unlocking things in ourselves during this period of transition that would not be available to us during no other timeline. You see what I'm saying? You have things now in the age of Hapanuk, as the Olmecs called it, the age of the Phoenix, that you will never have again in no other age after this. This will never be done again. That's why I said take full advantage of it. You feel like you need to buy some books? I'm not one of them niggas that tell you don't buy books. Buy whatever you need to have your full live experience down here. Because you only gonna get it once. You're not coming back. Especially if you did enough spiritual work. And if you do have to come back, Why would you want to come back? That's the $1 million question. So you want to do everything you can now, like Hippolyta did. She did everything she could, so she don't have to come back in Lovecraft Country. She ain't got to come back to this motherfucker now. She went and lived all the rest of her life and did whatever she needed to do. So once you done here, once you done this timeline, you ain't gotta come back to this shit. So don't listen to these niggas saying you gotta come back. You ain't got to do a damn thing if you do your conscious spiritual work, soul work. Once you have achieved that level of consciousness, that state of being where you set yourself, you just wake up one morning and just feel you don't need to come back to this motherfucker, nor do you want to come back to this motherfucker, then you there. Then you have finally reached that moment, that wrinkle in time where you say, alright, I've gained enough knowledge, wisdom, and experience to say, I don't need to come back to this motherfucker. So yeah, you usually have that moment. I usually have that moment at some point on your conscious journey. Ask your star seed homies and homies, they know what I'm talking about. So yeah. Now wow. Alright, futuristic genome installations. A lot of you are getting the desire to build new futuristic technologies, like in Mass Effect. Let's go over this. We gonna hit you with this. Oh yeah. So Annunaki protective verse. I almost forgot about that. I forgot to just put it on the paper. Annunaki protective verse. The Archon Terminators. We've talked about this before. This war between us, and it's in the movie Terminator Dark Fate. If you want to check it out, it came out in 2019. So here you go.
Talk fast.
Okay, real dog. Yeah, I can't even see that.
I'll be back.
So now, yeah, them Anunnaki protectors, i.e. us, and our squad came back to heal the timeline. Cause these Archons was over here was back here fucking shit up, and and we were seeing all type of what happened was they came back to the past. They couldn't whoop us in the future, and so they started killing off a lot of our bloodlines in the past, and so we started seeing that wrinkle in time in the future. Like, nigga, why these niggas just disappear? You see what I'm saying? What the hell going on? So we tracked that shit back to their asses, and we seen that the perfect time to start incarnating was around, we say as early as 1800, but we're gonna say 1900. Just, you know, the main 120 year cycle, the last 120 days or 120 years of this bullshit, right? So we decided to incarnate here and fix the timeline, and so all the people that supposedly died in the old timelines are now living again in the future timeline, the resurrection of the dead. You see what I'm saying? And now what we're doing is we're continuously evolving and growing and producing new forms of genetic alchemy and genetic engineering, the perfection of the dead. We're gonna get into that later. So yeah, so this is what you see. This is what you got going on. So now let's talk about these futuristic genome installations. A lot of us are getting the desire to build new futuristic technologies, mainly because we're getting closer to the futuristic timelines again. This shit's starting to fade away. That's why they're trying to vaccinate everybody. You see what I'm saying? Because they trying their best to shut down them Annunaki genetics, them chaos genetics. Anything that's not human inside of you, they trying to shut down. That's what the messenger RNA is designed to attack inside of you. So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. So they know this shit fading away. They can't do nothing about this at this point. But they're gonna continue to put up. They ain't gonna stop fighting now. They're gonna fight to the bitter end. They're gonna continue to put up a front like they whooping ass. When actually this shit dead and gone. You see, they tuned reality hard recently, right? They gave us a whole year of bullshit. But in actuality, they just cut costs, downsize, slice the time of the most stores in half. So most stores close at a happy 8:30 around this bitch, or they open at a happy 11:39. You see what I'm saying? So they just minimize, they just downsize to keep this shit going for a little while longer. So that's basically what they just did. Literally, like, no bullshit. If you don't believe me, go back to before COVID and see how long stores are open. Some stores, Walmart was open 24 hours, goddamn it. To now they only open from 8 to 8, goddamn, which is half of what they used to be. See what I'm saying? A 12-hour shift. So it's half of what they used to be now. So yes. So you seen the degeneration of society. So they telling you only half of society is operation. They reopened everything, but everything is half of what it used to be. So they telling you right now, 50% of what we already 50% weaker than what we used to be. You see what I'm saying? As a society. That's basically what they talking about here. The American or the global society or the global archonic republic is 50% weaker than what it used to be. You can look at that at the grand downsizing all over the world of all the businesses, and cutting people, cutting time, cutting everything. Just pretty much this whole last year it's been the great downsizing, the great worsening. So low key, you can literally say that literally the Arcana Republic is 50% or 50% weaker than the global Arcana Republic is 50% weaker than it used to be. No lie. You can't lie about that, right? So this is what you see. They just gave us a year of bullshit. So a lot of people, a lot of states is now lifting the mask ban. Now they got the vaccines out here. So that's their last weapon against you. You know the last weapon that they got. So this is it. This is the end game. You at the end game. You at the final countdown. You at the final hour. No, you at the final few minutes or seconds round. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You ain't even at the final hour. The final hour was fucking the Great Convergence. You at the final few minutes now. You see what I'm saying? You about 3 to 5 minutes to the game is over with. So yeah. So keep your heads up and keep with it. So now let's continue here. A lot of you, so now you getting these new codes to build shit. Although you won't be really building here. You know, you ain't gonna have time to build here. Here, cause whatever you build gonna disappear. It'll just fade away. But you do it as a form of creative expression, for the most part. But let's get it. Mass Effect, baby. Get that one.
Every great moment in our history began with a dream.
Yeah, I know this is gonna be dark. Hold on. I know this one's gonna be dark.
Each bold leap forward was achieved by those willing to do anything to attain it. We are, all of us, leaving behind families, homes, the very birthplace of our species. Some for discovery, to see the unknown. Others for a new start. But today, whatever our reasons, we take the first steps toward a new future for humanity. Today, we begin to make our dream reality.
In the year 2184, humanity lives in a golden era of interstellar travel. Our discovery of ancient alien ruins on Mars propelled our understanding. The ancient alien ruins is technically the Annunaki teachings. Propelled our understanding of science and technology ahead by thousands of years. While many now enjoy the newfound freedom and challenges of exploration in the Milky Way, others look to even more distant stars. For the 100,000 adventurers embarking on this one-way voyage, the future begins in Andromeda. Okay, not done. Cool. I think that was it. So they did more here.
Specialist, Pathfinder mission team.
Pathfinder team, eh? The ones finding us a home.
Can you make it somewhere tropical? Nice warm ocean, summer year-round.
How about we get him a cup of coffee first?
There you go. There you go. So this is what you starting to tap into again at this point. But you already in the new future, the new Earth. The question the question now is how advanced you're gonna be by the time you catch up to your futuristic self. That's what the age of information is really being about. It's about you already know if you've done enough of the conscious work, you've already had dreams and meditative visions of your future self. Now just the question is how advanced are you going to be when you catch up to your futuristic self? How powerful will your magnum opus or your great works, how powerful would they have become by the time you catch up to that futuristic you? See what I'm saying? So now, you now have smart genes due to the genetic alchemists with the internet and other smart technologies. That's why you're self-aware. That's why you can do this and do this now. That's why you hella good with technology for no fucking reason. Even the elders, 90 years old, can fuck with technology now. Even they got hip to the game. They may not be as good as us, but they still comprehended it enough. You see what I'm saying? So now so a lot of them even got hip to the game. You have a desire to tap into your abilities, your supernatural abilities to be precise. This is because they will be needed to thrust you into the new earth and even fight off your enemies. See what I'm saying? You tapping into those now, both on the astral plane and here on the physical. You now have new liquid crystal and liquid plasma technologies installed into your genome. Due to the plasma hitting the planet, their crystals, their soul energy, you know, that's revving up in the atmosphere, and it's encasing our whole planet in this plasma force. You see what I'm saying? This plasma force. What's up, Demi? So yeah, so this plasma force. So this is what you got going on. This will also allow you to absorb and harness this new golden plasma in the atmosphere, which will lead to the invention of plasma-based technologies. So look forward to that. As far as liquid crystals, the liquid crystals and liquid crystal technologies inside of us are now stronger than it was in Atlantis. Believe it or not. Let me say it again. The liquid crystal technologies inside of you are now stronger than the ones than it was in Atlantis. So you are better than your ancestors are at this point because of all these genetic alchemies, all this genetic engineering, all these genetic alterations that's been going on inside of you for just the last 10 years. Just the last 10 years. You see what I'm saying? So now, that's why you are so drawn to crystals, and crystals are now drawn to you because your crystal energy, your crystal intelligence inside of you is drawn to them, and they drawn to you, and you can access the crystal knowledge, wisdom, and power at this point. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, so these are the new metagenetic upgrades that have been installed via your Annunaki nucleic alkali or your Annunaki genetics / Annunaki genome. You see what I'm saying? So this is what's going on. This is what's going on here. So in finale, or in closing, if y'all like to say that, know that you are coming online. The distractions out here are designed to distract, depress, and agitate. You distract, depress, and agitate you out of your place. So the place of balance, so you will not tap into your own Anunnaki genetics. So this is what's happening here. This is why they are doing all the bullshit that they can to keep you away from yourself. Yes, that's right. Not keeping you away from other people. You social distancing and all that, you know, they're going to end all that eventually. They're going to end the social distancing and all that. All this coming to an end. That was all part of this COVID program they had. But they are not worried about keeping you away from other people as much as they are worried about keeping you away from yourself, from what's going on inside of here. You see what I'm saying? Other people mean nothing. If you still doing your internal work, that shit don't mean nothing. That's why, because since it don't mean nothing, that's why they're trying their best to do as much as possible to keep you from yourself. Fucking 15 seasons of Love and Hip Hop. You see what I'm saying? You know, keep you know, sometimes I sign out of YouTube and just scroll down to see what they got going on. When I tell you the YouTube timeline, non-personalized timeline is the most ignorant, dumbed down, diluted shit you have ever seen in your life. I tell you, it's some sad shit that they promoting to you. Let me say that. Just pure fucking ignorance. They still doing cat videos. And shit, they were doing cat videos in 2007, 2008. Goddamn, when they just gonna let it go. So yeah. So if you don't believe me, go log out of your YouTube channel and just scroll down the regular world's timeline, and you just gonna see pure fucking ignorance. Pure fucking ignorance. You may see a nigga build something every now and then, but you know that's probably like 1 or 2 videos out of 100 fucking ignorant videos you gonna see. So 1 out of 100, every 100 videos you're gonna give you something where a nigga build something, you know. But most of it, you think it was cartoons or something? No, it was just motherfuckers being ignorant. You know, I ain't even talking about the cartoons. I'm talking about just pure day-to-day mortals walking around this bitch being ignorant. Cause my new computer signed me out. maybe my new computer or the ancestors is saying you need to check out what the fuck is going on, or stay in tune a little bit what's going on down here in the third dimension. No fucking consciousness at all on the regular YouTube timeline. Everything on the regular YouTube timeline is pure fucking ignorance. When I say we are a special group of people on YouTube, we are a special fucking group of people on YouTube. And when I say they seal us off from the greater community or the greater world, I mean that shit. Niggas been telling you that. If you don't believe them, go look at the regular, non-personalized YouTube timeline that they feed you off the jump. They just feed you off the bat. And you gonna be like, oh fucking shit, this is the most ignorant, dumbed down, deluded shit I have ever seen. 100 videos of ignorance, maybe one person building something. You see what I'm saying? And I scrolled down for a minute, cause I couldn't believe my eyes, cause Starseeds don't keep up with what's going on in the world. So I decided to just, since my computer just logged me out, I decided, you know what, let me see what these niggas is feeding niggas now. And what I seen, I was like, damn, like this is the ultimate degenerated, low conscious ELL frequency timeline now. Like, they had, back in the day, they had a mixture of everything. But now it's just pure, extra low frequency, extra low vibration ignorance. So yeah, what's up, Nikki? So yeah, let me end it off with a little song I got for y'all. And we'll be done for today. I know it's gonna be super bright, so let me turn it down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that should do. Let's get too bright. That should do it. Yeah, it's perfect there.
call us angels. Call us guys, call us stables. Taught them how to do the mathematics. Taught them how to do the biotics. Niggas try to say Illuminati, but they ain't knowing that I'm Annunaki. Yeah. Annunaki. 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 Spaced out with it. Annunaki. 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 I'm spaced out with it. Annunaki. Annunaki. 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 Spaced out with it. Annunaki. We love all y'all women, we do them properly. Pyramids, triangles, and isosceles. We was the ones who inspired Socrates. We was the ones who gave up the technology. We was the ones that was on the mission. Y'all was the ones that made up religions. Y'all was the ones couldn't comprehend it. I don't even like the definitions. I'm driving, ain't no license bill. I just came from the bill. I just met with the mayor. The president wanna know if I can chill. Cause I've been standing out like an octopus. And I've been channeling into the power grid. Kinda like a ventriloquist. Got him talking to the puppet. Hieroglyphics with the spaceship. Chris Columbus with the iPhone. Mess around with this and get your mind blown. Annunaki. 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 Spaced out with it. Annunaki. 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 I'm spaced out with it. Annunaki. Annunaki. 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 Spaced out with it. Annunaki.
Alright. There y'all go. There y'all go. And that pretty much wraps up the Anunnaki genetic lecture. And that song was by Danny, make sure I got his name right, Donnie. Yeah, I'm glad I looked. Donnie Arcade. And the song was called Anunnaki. Donnie Arcade, by Donnie Arcade. So yeah. There y'all go. There y'all go. Any questions? Plasma Barlands. I had a dream years ago. After I died, I was in a movie theater by myself, and a film came on teaching me about plasma. Why do you think I was being taught about plasma? For the reason why, Bob, is because plasma is liquid soul, and plasma is the crystals, the ride on the white horse that's come back, baby Heru. You know, the golden child that we were talking about, the golden children that was prophesied to return. Well, that's that plasma image. That's that plasma image. So, any other questions? Yeah, John Cash, everything that we do is being recorded. That's why it's called your Cashapp records, or your Cashapp recordings. Or it should be called Cashapp Productions for real, because even though it's records, they're not in book form, they're mainly in hologram or holocron form. See what I'm saying? So yeah. But you can find books inside of you. Not saying that they don't have book forms. You know, I don't want to say that they don't exist inside of you. You do have your own inner library. But most of these are Cashapp recordings. So, yeah. Yep. What's up, Sure Rock? Any other questions before I roll out? Yeah, they can fuck with your mind. Mental vaccination. Who was that? Nikki. Yeah. I feel like I was getting the vaccine in my sleep, in a dream. Can they attack us like that? Yeah, they're gonna attack your mind like that. Fuck with you. Portia, Marvin, does Big Head Science have a new channel, or what channel did you get animation? Some I got from him and some I got from other places. Portia. So yeah, some of them I got from other places. John, most don't know that we see how we upgrade, and some like me can see spirits now. Yeah, you know, continue to unlock new abilities as time goes on. That's why you're trying to get everything in order for the solar cycle get here. So yeah, bet that. All right, any more questions before I roll out? Savage YG. What happens March 20th? March 20th, the new solar cycle kicks in. And so all the lunar bullshit, lunacy that they've been doing for the lunar cycle gonna be done. So they have to wait another 6 months to get their shit together. So yeah. Anyway, what's happening is you're gonna see a plasma explosion of a lot of energy influx into us. You're gonna get a lot of upgrades between March 20th and April 1st. We gonna talk about it when we get here. It's still too early. I didn't want to talk about it too much right now. So yeah. Oh, then you do all with a razor, John. That's what's up. You know that takes some skill and proficiency there. What's up, radiation? But alright, y'all. Then we are the black cubes plasma 2. Yes, they dark plasma though. They made a dark energy. Dark plasmic energy. So yeah, that's what they made up of. But I'm gonna get on up out of here. Marvin Jones, y'all put the word out, share this with your friends. Let them know what it is. You wanna check out my other occult lectures, hit me up at YouTube at the Melting Out Water. If you want to hit me up with the Dr. Your Books, hit me up, message me or email me. If you just want to donate, you know, and just support, you can Cashapp me at mcjnetwork, and I'm out. Peace.